Hey everybody, Poopcake here, and we are playing some more Minecraft, doing some more map making. So I've kind of finished the hardwiring for my bread acceptor, I guess. Bread counter, score counter in a way. So I want to move on and do something else. Now I've finally made me a solid plan for this map. I know exactly what's going to be where. It's going to be Pete's workshop to fix the broken mill. I'll get to the mill later, that's over there. Here in this corner there will be a mine, an actual mine where you can mine stuff. Mine interest request. Yep. So that's the mine. Then in the other corner there will be a farm. It's kind of loading in a bit slowly, but here we go. That's where the farm will be. So there will be some animals over there and whatnot. And last but not least, here's the mill, where the player will be able to put in wheat, and for every 3 wheat the player puts in here, the mill will give the player 1 bread. So that's basically how it's going to work. Now I've already done a bit of redstone here. This is very similar to the setup I have at the start, except this one accepts wheat and not bread. I still need to make me a filtration system. This already filters out the wheat, but we need to do something with the rest of the stuff, and that's kind of similar to that situation over there. So I'll figure something out, but until that time I'll actually do that off camera, because it won't be much new stuff compared with what we've already done last week. So yeah, I'll do that off camera. Now for this wheat counter, basically this is the same setup. The item filter. If an extra wheat comes in here, it gets sucked out by this and then goes through here. Now there's already an extra wheat in here because of timing issues. It's hard to time this right so that all the wheat gets pulled out. So I've timed it so that 1 wheat will stay in. So it's kind of a buffer. Doesn't matter if there's other stuff in here, as long as there's 1 wheat, because then this already filters it, so the only thing that could possibly come in this system is wheat. So the wheat gets transported here into the dropper, and this is a design I found on the Minecraft wiki. I'll link to it later. Basically this one wide thing is an item counter, and what happens is that an item comes in here in the dropper, sends off a signal, which turns this on, turns this off, which in turn turns this one off, which turns this one on, and also this one on. So this one gets turned on, and that will shoot out the item. In this case the item will be shot out into lava, so the item gets burned. In this case wheat gets burned. You could also put another hopper here and put a chest under it or something like that. That also works, but I kind of like this solution. So then there's also this one. This is also output. And this output means is actually an item counter. Yeah, this item is actually an item counter. Every time an item goes through the dropper, so it comes in and gets shot out, this torch will put out one pulse of just one pulse, one redstone pulse. So I want to use that to count how many wheat has gone through the system. So let me show you something from the game. Also need some wheat. Let's put it on 8. Cool. So let's say you want to make bread and you have wheat. What you do is this, and then you get bread. So something like this. However, this bread, actually no, not however. This bread in my inventory takes 3 wheat to make, so I want to have the same cost for bread in our little game. Now the player won't be able to craft bread himself, that's not gonna happen. Instead, the player needs to go to the mill and put in the wheat, and then the bread will come out. That's basically the system. So what we want to do is have a system where the player gets one wheat for every bread they put in. So what we need to do is make a little counter. Let me give me some space. Okay. There we go. This is going to be pretty difficult to... There we go. And there we go. Cool. We're going to make a simple counter here. So let's actually get some buttons. There we go. You can go away. And we're going to put the button in here, this corner, and another one in this corner. Let's see here. I think that's the one. Yeah. Cool. And this will cycle through the these buttons that are in here. I'll cycle through this ring of hoppers. Every time this one goes off, they'll be shifted by 1. So that one will go in here, and with the next pulse it will go in here, and with the next pulse it will go in here, etc. So that's cool. We can actually show you this, or I can show you this. I'll put in some wheat in here, and tick, tack, tack. And as you can see, it's not too fast. Yeah, you can see that the wheat actually gets piled up in here, and that's because as soon as the dropper accepts one, actually I don't know why. I don't know exactly how this works. I know that the wheat gets piled up here, and then the tempo is slower, so only one wheat at a time gets into the dropper. Same problem with last week's thing. You cannot have more than one item in this dropper at the same time, because then the system will crash. You could hook this up to a timer, which will give out a pulse every second, for example, and then one item will go less through the dropper every time. But yeah, for our purposes, we're not going to do that. Let's put in these two. And we're back. So basically what this does is going 1, it's now at, let's say this is 0. Actually, let's put another thing in here. There we go. So this counter cycles through these 3 comparators, and this comparator is called, I'll call this 0, this one will be 1, this one will be 2. So every time something goes in, it goes 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, etc., etc. And every time the 0, this left one gets activated, we want something to happen. So this will actually be our output of the counter. Let's see here. Yes, this will actually be the output of the counter. So if we want something to happen every third click, every third count, we'll just hook something up to this, and whatever is hooked up to this gets activated every 3 times. So that's cool. I was thinking of building a pulse limiter here, but I'm probably going to use command blocks over here. And command blocks, as soon as they get powered, they activate once, and after that they only get activated after they've been unpowered and powered again from here. So that's cool. And with the command block we'll be able to do something like / give the player in this room 1 bread. And then we can do that every time. And then for every 3 wheat the player throws in, they'll receive 1 bread in their inventory. So I think this is a pretty good setup. I'm not going to try it with command blocks yet. I want to leave that for next week. But I'm pretty confident that the system is working. Let's get some wheat again. Maybe some, no, not some eggs, some cocoa beans. So let's put in some wheat, some cocoa beans, and the thing is going off. That's very nice. It is delayed, of course, so this one will be emptied much sooner than the bread will be received. So we need to think of something to fix that. I've been thinking about having a pulse lengthener here, so that as soon as this counting starts, a door closes over here, and the player is inside and can't get out. But because he's inside, he's in a confined space, he won't miss out on any of the bread that the command block here will be giving away. So yeah, it's not the fastest system, but it certainly works. As you can see, the cocoa beans have been filtered out. They were in here, while the wheat just went through here. So we know that the filter works, we know that the counter works, because we've been watching it. I can show you once more maybe. Let's put it in here. So here goes the counter. On, off, on, off, off, on, off, off. So this is 1, 2, bread. 1, 2, bread, etc. So yeah, the system works, and I'll go dress this up a bit, and we can think of something else. I'll also work out this part with the dropper, with returning the items in the filter to the rightful place. I'm not sure why. Is this going through here? What happened there? Wait. Very nice. So any leftover items will go into here. Anyways, I'll figure that out off camera, the item return system. But we know that the item sorter, the filter works, the counter works, and that's it. We still need to make the command, the output work, and the filtration return system. So I'll get to work on that, and I'll see you guys in a minute, I guess. And we're back. I've more or less finished the system. This is still the input. You can throw stuff in here. For example, some wheat and maybe some gold nuggets to test it out. You can hear the clicking, which means that thing is counting. And now there's no more clicking. And the gold nuggets are gone, and they've gone in here. Now this system isn't perfect, this filtration system, because it has so much stuff with droppers and whatnot, I think. Sometimes my wheat does get through and ends up here, but that's okay. You can throw that back in if you want to. It's better to have that than to have wheat ending up in there than to have other items ending up in here. So I'm happy. Also, I don't think I've quite explained this counting system too much. By the way, this works really easy. It's basically detects if there's an item in here. If there is, then this system will be activated, and which will push the item upwards. It gives off a pulse here, pushes the item upwards, and from there on out the item travels here. So that's how that works. Now how this works. I've explained the counting system already. It just rotates these buttons. So now it's on, off, and back on. But I haven't explained how this works. Basically this setup here allows this torch to power this, which will turn this block into something powered and this torch into an unpowered torch. Now if you turn it off like this, you can see that this torch turns on. Basically what happens is that this gets unpowered, which unpowers this block. But because this block isn't powered anymore, this will turn on. And there will be a slight moment where both of these are off, where this one is already off, but this one hasn't detected it yet, where the power is off here. And that's just long enough for these items. Let's see. For these items to travel one hopper further. So there's two buttons in here, one on that one on the other side, and they will each advance one hopper per signal. So you can put a signal in here, and this will convert it to a short, very short pulse. So yeah, that's cool. I wasn't sure if I explained that yet, so now there's one more thing I need to do, and let me collect some resources for that. I think this should be it. I want to have a system that I want this whole system to have an on or off option. Basically, if it's on, then this will all accept new blocks, or this filtration system will accept input, so items in there. Let's see, something like this. But I want to be able to turn it off, so gotta find a way to do that. Let's see here, something like this. Yeah, perfect. Yes. Let's break out here. I want this particular piece of redstone to be outside of this cage thingy, so we can do that. There we go. Let's go down a bit, so we have some space here. Cool. Let's cover that back up. Let's see how it looks. So at this point the final torch is off. So when this is off, the final torch will be off. Okay. Now we're gonna make a little memory latch. RS NOR latch is the official term. Let's see here. Something like this, I think. Yeah. Very nice. So this is what is called an RS NOR latch, and basically what it does is you have two blocks here. I'll color code them. Just a sec. Let's have red and blue. So here we go. Yeah. And then also this one, of course. We need to do that. Very nice. So this is an RS NOR latch. Basically what this does is it allows you to kind of have a sort of lever, except there's one little button that turns the thing on, one separate input that will turn the system on, and one input that turns the system off. So one is set and one is reset. So if I turn this one on, you can see that this turns off and this one turns on, and this will stay powered. Now the nice thing about this is that even if this signal is gone, this will stay in the same state, so this will stay on regardless of whether there's a pulse or pulse coming in here or not. Now if I want to turn this off again, the only way I can do that is by turning this one on, by sending a signal here. And again, it doesn't matter if it's turned on or not, this one, if the input is turned on or not. As long as this was the last one to turn on, this system, the output here, will be off. So this is the set, which will turn it on. This is the reset, which will turn it off. And as long as this block gets power from somewhere else, it will be able to reset like it does now. Same goes for this block. So that's cool. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to be able to turn this system on or off. You may have read something about a broken mill before. That's going to be in the map. But to have a broken mill, you have to be able to break this system, and this will allow us to break the system, because now gold nuggets, wheat, nothing goes through the system, nothing gets in. So basically this is the on-off switch for the whole system. Now the problem is, if this is off, the rest of the system will still work. So if there's wheat in in here, in this part of the system or other items, they will still be processed. They will still either go to the dropper or go downwards, be destroyed there with the counter. But yeah, in either case, this system will still run even if this input is turned off. So it's not completely bug-free, but you know, for the purposes of this little map, this should be good enough. But anyways, that's about everything I wanted to do this week. I think we made a lot of progress here. We've worked out a whole counter system with a filtration system. We did some stuff similar to the to last episode, but we've taken it in a new direction. We've done something different with it, and I like that. Anyways, we've also learned how to do this little memory latch. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, please leave a like. If you have any suggestions or comments on how this system may be implemented better, feel free to let me know. Just hit the comments and type in whatever you want to say. And that's that pretty much. So see you guys next time.